Yeah, and you start the album off with part 3, the sad part. Why did you do it in that order? Not in the same order?
A lot of it had to do with a producer, one of the co-producers, Chris Walla, suggesting that we might set a tone for the album with that. I think he just thought it was more interesting, you know.
It wasn't your decision.
Wasn't completely arbitrary on his part, but it also wasn't, you know, it wasn't the hard reason exactly either. I think he just thought it would set up. Once he started hearing the songs and the demos, it just made sense to him that would be a good way to introduce the whole album. As far as tone went, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But are the other songs also inspired by The Tale, or only the 3?
No, just the 3 Crane Wife songs. Yeah.
But do you see this as a concept album, or
no?
Partly?
Not in the traditional sense that every song is kind of a chapter in the story. You know, I would hope that there's a cohesiveness to it that, you know, rewards the listener who listens to it from start to finish. It really is intended to be listened to, not so much as a collection of songs, but as an album that you listen from start to finish. But each song doesn't illustrate an aspect of the story either.
Yeah. Do you think that there's one or a few themes on the album?
No, there's tons of themes.
Like?
Don't steal. Be charitable. No, I don't know what the themes are. I don't think there's any clear-cut themes.
Okay, but there's a lot of tragic stories.
A lot of tragic stories, but that's kind of in keeping with just how I write, I guess.
I think kind of stay away from, you know, moralizing too much on your own material, you know, in a way. It's more for the listener to decide, you know what I mean? You don't want to always tell people what to think about how they're going to hear it, you know.
So you don't see this as a concept album?
No, not really.
No.
Because it sounds like one piece, I think.
Well, that's good. I mean, it should sound like a piece because it's intended to be an album, you know, that's intended to be listened to in its entirety. But it's not a concept record in the traditional sense.
Also not a rock opera?
No, not a rock opera.
All right, okay. Do you write more songs inspired by old stories, or you make up your own tragedies?
A little bit of both. I mean, some of the stories are of my invention. Some of them are borrowed from either, you know, folk tales or stories, or, you know, historical events. Yeah,
and I think a lot of your characters in your songs, your lyrics sound, I don't know, historic in a way. In the characters and the environment and the sea. Is it? Do you get inspired by, I don't know, old events and?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I do get inspired by old events.
And where does this come from? From books or poetry that you read, or?
Yeah, from books, from all over the place, everywhere.
Okay.
There's just there's no one answer to that question. You know, it just comes. I don't know where it comes from. It comes out of the ether.
Yeah. Okay. I saw you made last year. You made an EP. Colin Meloy sings Morrissey.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I think that's an influence on you. Can we say that?
Yeah, Morrissey, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, and first question. Why? What's so interesting about him?
I just think he's a really great songwriter. He is just, a great songwriter and good songs. So I chose to cover them.
Yeah, and he also writes these tragic stories a lot of the time. Yeah.
Similarly, yeah.
Okay. You're going to make more of those cover EPs?
Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, they have to coincide with I've kind of set it up so they coincide with a solo tour, and I don't know, I probably won't be able to do another solo tour for another year or so. So it'll be a while, but I really don't know what.
And if you would do it again, what people would you like to cover?
I don't know who. I haven't really decided yet.
All right. Ideas?
Sam Cooke is floating around somewhere, but I don't know if that's very realistic.